I met my wife, who is Nisi. She was from up here, and that sort of changed my life a little bit. I never met anybody like her. I thought when I met her family, I could tell then she was she was a good person. She come from a good family. So we dated for so many years, and we decided to move up here, and we did. But while I was there, I worked it for Piedmont Natural Gas, and I was there for about 27 years. So I met niece, and they gave us the opportunity to move up here, regular rent free. And then they say they wanted to charge us $100, so you couldn't beat that. So I got permission from the man who owned the house to come up here, so we did. And this is where I've been. When I came here, it was sort of like a little trip. The place right here, which I'll call it the place next door. When I first moved here, they used to have all the bats flying out the chimney. I never seen anything like it. I thought it was nice, and the people up here were nice too. That's why I decided to stay. Even to this day right here, I wouldn't leave because my neighbors, real good peoples, and the neighborhood is good. You don't find too much happening around here. So that's about my story. I don't know why you know them or not, but Clyde Moore, who was a person that had been up here for years, they the one gave us the house. And I met him and a bunch of his friends, my mother-in-law, and most of them treated me like I was some kind of king or something. But that was good, because I ain't no say I deserved that, but I treated their daughter good. And I think to a parent, that's all that matters. Anyway, I moved up here right before he was born, because my wife said she wanted a home, so when he was born, he would be born right here. So we moved up here then. Like I say, 33 years ago. I can't go back and decide what year was that. But anyway, when I moved up here, what I remember, it was like a country to me. But I thought the people up here were some of the best people that I ever met. And I'm talking about white people too. I thought all of them were some of the best people that I had met. And then the whole thing was just different, because I was from Charlotte, and we had a lot to do. Up here, we didn't. But the people made up for that, because they were so good to you. I mean, just the way they treated you, the way they welcomed you and didn't know much about you. And right now today, I think the people that know me tell you, how good a person I am. And that's something that make me feel good. But Huntersville, to me, it just turned out to be what I wanted to be. When I came up here, I don't know if I should put all this on there or not, but we had a little liquor house down the street, and that used to be our little club thing. We used to go there. A lot of people from Charlotte used to come up here to that. And then we had another little place right down the street here, back down in the woods. That was nice. They used to sell fish, things to drink, a little bit of everything. And that gave us somewhere to go. And then they started building all of this. I remember one time I went to a meeting, and they had shut the gym down then. And I remember telling them about they were looking for the guys to stay out of trouble, but they had shut the gym down where they wouldn't have nowhere else to go. And then I told them about the basketball court. they had tore that up too. They didn't have nothing to do. So I said, you looking for them to stay out of trouble, but yet and still you don't want to give them nothing. So later on, they built the restroom out there, because I say the guys, they shut this down so they didn't have nowhere to come to use the restroom. So later on, they built the restroom out there. They put the goals back up. They put a lot more things up, but I think all that was in the making. I probably just hit it on the head, but I think it was in the making.
How she interacted in the community here.
Well, she stayed busy, I'll tell you that. But when we moved up here, niece's grandfather, he the one gave us the house. He was leaving. He told us we could have gone and just move in and keep it up. We end up staying there, and then we end up paying $100. And Beck Caldwell's mother was next door to us. And we just fell in love with each other. I feel like she was older, and anything she needed done to her house, I was there to help her. Anything I needed done, she was there for me, because she was sort of like, I hate to say this, but like a workaholic. And that was good in a way, because she kept her yard nice. I didn't. But then because of her, I started working on my yard and stuff. So then Betty and her sister, Pauline, started coming around, and we all introduced ourselves, and sometimes, we just work together. And right now, I've been going through some problems. But yet still, I told her I would help them out any way I could, if I could do it. But they called me, and then, like over here today, she told me she wanted me to do this, and I had no idea what it was. But anyway, she called me, because I think she had lost faith in me, because I got sick one time, and I didn't tell people how bad it was. But they thought I could do things I couldn't do, because I wasn't telling nobody. But then they gave me up for dead up here. And I didn't know that. I had a few people that they bring me food around here now. They came up, and the lady said she just came to check, see what I did, what I did. And that was it. The thing surprised me, but like I say, that's just something that I went through at the time. But I told them once I got better, I thought I could do it, just let me know. I would help, so that's it. Well, I think the peoples here, the older peoples, they work real hard. I mean, I think they done made a difference for what we got here today. So that's why I say I'm trying to get involved and get my kids involved. Because I used to come to a few meetings, whatnot, but older people there. And then they got me involved in it, which I wasn't ready. And I call myself going around trying to connect with the younger people. And it just wasn't nothing there. But the older people, they the ones got things to where it is today. I think they most of them done worked hard, and right now they still working hard. But they got a lot of pride. I give that to them. But my thing is to try to get the younger people, and I don't know how we gonna do that. But we still need to start working on them, because sooner or later the older people gonna be gone. It ain't not gonna be nothing here but the young people. But the thing is, right now, I hate about it. Most of the younger people's, most of the guys anyway, the younger guys getting married, and then they leaving Huntersville. But the one that's here needs to go on and do what they can for the neighborhood, because Huntersville is growing. And to me, We're going to be left out if we don't step up. The people that, when I first moved up here, to be honest with you, that's all I heard about. Turn louder this, turn louder that. And all the, it's about everybody up here used to say how they attended that school. Yeah, but see, I never knew anything about it, but that's where I was telling you about the little bats used to come from the chimney out there. Oh, that was neat. But anyway, I didn't know that's where they were coming from, the Turn Louder School. But later on, I found out that little part over there was the school, and I thought this was the school too, but I realized this was just a gym. Yeah, but I never attended there, but I still hear so much about it. Even right now today, I still hear people talking about Turn Louder.
Where did you go to school?
I went to school a little place called York Road in Charlotte. And then I think I started off at a little school, Reggie Davis, and then they call it York Road. I think York Road still exists now. But anyway, that's where I just had a good. I had a good life in Charlotte coming up, and I've been blessed. I had a good life up here too. I've been around good people. So like I say up here, I can't say anything really bad about anybody. I know when I first moved up here, I I met some people, like I told you, everybody to me up here was real nice. But you got people moving in from a little bit everywhere, so things changing. But when I first moved up here, I heard something that was sort of scary, and it was something like they had a phone line up here where you could call a certain number, and you had like the Klansmen telling you about they were growing up here and they were gonna do this or they were gonna do that. I mean, you could call them directly, that certain number. And to me, it was kind of scary, but then again, I found out later on maybe it was just a call. But I feel like the people who put that out, I feel like they were serious. But I overlooked that and just thought about the people that I was meeting. And the people that I was meeting just sort of made you forget about that. Yeah, but see, like right now, you know, racial, it gonna be there. I don't care how things change. Things done got better, but you know, like I know, it gonna be there. Well, what I think about myself, like I said, I just want to get more involved in it. If I feel like it's growing, but you know, if you don't feel like you got the help in sometimes you feel like you want to give up. But that's what I want to do. I want to help to make it grow in any way I can, and that's why I want my boys to get involved too. And they got friends, maybe they could talk to them because like them, I heard that they were gonna get rid of this at one time. And see, I don't know who. I think because of the meeting, they decided to keep it or whatever. And I think that's what it's gonna take. I want to see a lot of things grow around the neighborhood, like on my street. One time I went to a meeting. Like I say, I'm talking today, but I'm not normally not a good talker. I um, I told them on our street, which is Church Street, you got a business back there, and you got a whole lot of trucks and things coming up through there, and a lot of people from Charlotte talk about it. The street is small, and the people come up through there speeding. And I actually told them, I was doing good at the time. I actually told them, if y'all put some speed bumps up there, I'll pay for two of them. But that never happened. So I like to see things like that happen to us in certain areas. Yeah, because you do to see that. Because I used to work for Piedmont, and we used to drive around. You could see like people running. They might have some water at corners. you know, and different things. But over here, you know, it's just different. Cause I don't have to tell you that. You know that it's different.